But when it comes down to it, I think that if they did the fucking debut of the Shockmaster correctly, he would have been a huge powerhouse in WCW, and he would have really saved them for the Monday Night Wars and all that stuff.
But if he didn't trip up on the wall?
Yeah, we don't worry about that. Oh, hey! Welcome! I'm Plastic, and this is Astra, and we got a little video going on. We're going to do a prediction for the 2019 King of the Ring, because I'm super hyped about it.
Yeah, they totally didn't steal any of our ideas, which we've recorded already. Before they did it.
It's a thing. It is what it is. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at each of the brackets and talk about who we think is going to win. You know, we're each going to have two different opinions, so when this is all said and done, I'm going to take my bracket and I'm going to throw it up on our Twitter. Going to take Astra's bracket and throw it up on Twitter. And whoever gets the closest to the actual bracket and what happens is going to get some reward. Or the person who, you know, does the worst is going to get some sort of repercussions.
I like the seasonal approach, but if you want to do it one at a time, we can do that too. You can tell we planned this.
We'll look at the contenders. For the Raw side, we got Cesaro and Samoa Joe, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Cedric Alexander, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and Baron Corbin. That's solid. It's okay.
Corbin takes the win.
But now on the SmackDown side. This isn't even me just being partial because I book SmackDown. I don't book SmackDown. What are you talking about? But looking at the SmackDown side, we got Kevin Owens and Elias, who apparently is on SmackDown now.
I thought he was on Raw.
Apparently he's on SmackDown now.
I thought...
This is the SmackDown side of the bracket. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense.
I thought Drew was on SmackDown and Elias was on Raw.
Apparently Drew's on Raw now.
My life is a lie.
I was just waiting for her to settle down upstairs.
Yeah, fair.
And then after we have Kevin Owens and Elias, we have Ali and Buddy Murphy. Dude, if you have never seen one of those matches before.
I haven't.
Then we have Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, former tag team partners.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
Very much so. And Apollo Crews and Andrade Cien Almas. We'll go through who you think is going to win first. Or I could take it first because I've actually written it all out.
You planned ahead. I literally just showed up. I'm going to say we start with the Raw side of it.
Okay. Cool.
Cesaro, Samoa Joe. I got a good feeling Samoa Joe's going to take that one. I would love to see them build Cesaro back up, but I feel like they're kind of holding him back. I mean, he lost twice to Aleister Black in 2 days.
Cesaro
a couple weeks ago.
Cesaro did?
Cesaro did.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. Cesaro lost twice. I can't see them having them beat Samoa Joe. So
okay.
Samoa Joe goes forward. Drew McIntyre and Ricochet. Ricochet's been on a bit of a slump since losing the United States Championship to AJ Styles, so I'm going to go ahead and say Ricochet's going to win that one. Hard to say, because obviously Drew McIntyre, you can't just kind of squash him out, so it's hit or miss.
Can't squash my boy.
Nope. I'm surprised they didn't put Cedric Alexander against Drew McIntyre, though, because they've had a feud for the past couple of weeks. So,
well,
you know, that'd be a good closing point to the feud.
Maybe that's going to be the final match for Raw. Who knows? That would be awful.
It would be awful. But I'm thinking Cedric Alexander beats Sami Zayn. 100%.
Okay. Cool.
No doubt in my mind. And The Miz and Baron Corbin. Obviously, Baron Corbin's going to win because it's a black hole of doom.
Oh, okay.
The end of days for Raw. Literally.
Okay.
How about yourself, Plastic?
Well, for Cesaro and Samoa Joe, I picked Samoa Joe mostly because this whole thing that's going on between him and Roman Reigns, I think they're trying to build Samoa Joe up a little bit better. So I think Samoa Joe is going to go pretty far in this tournament. Ricochet and Drew McIntyre, I picked Drew McIntyre because he's my boy and you can't hold him back, like down. Words. Cedric Alexander and Sami Zayn, I actually picked Cedric as well. Because I think that Sammy is turned into a jobber, and
unfortunately, El Generico back in business.
Don't speak that name. And then we have The Miz and Baron Corbin. Of course, I think that Baron Corbin is also going to win because he is the black hole of the WWE, and he just sucks everything good into it.
And ruins it. So moving on to for SmackDown, Elias and Kevin Owens. I want to say Elias takes the win because he's also been kind of given the back end of the stick, but I think Kevin Owens wins because of his feud with Shane McMahon. And hit the pop for Shane McMahon losing his first pay-per-view match of the year.
Yeah, in what seems like forever.
He literally hasn't lost since the Royal Rumble. He's been in every pay-per-view and hasn't lost.
Sounds about right. Here comes the money.
Here comes the money. Kevin Owens. Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali. I haven't actually watched much of Ali or Buddy Murphy, but based on the
That's my fetish.
based on the slow build, I'm going to say Buddy Murphy is going to take this because he's finally showing up on TV after 4 months of seclusion.
That's fair.
He's probably locked in the same closet as Alistair. But, you know. Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, that's a tough one. Chad Gable coming back on 205 Live a little while ago with the matches with Jack Gallagher. I say Chad Gable will take that most definitely. That's not there for me, and Andrade takes Apollo Crews.
Okay. Very similar for me as well. I said that Kevin Owens is going to beat Elias. Same reason, Shane McMahon feud.
Yeah.
He has some momentum going into it. Ali and Buddy Murphy. I also said Buddy Murphy. I love Buddy Murphy. I will forever love it. But this match, I feel like, is going to be the best match of the entire tournament.
I hope so.
That's my prediction here right now.
Okay.
That Ali and Buddy Murphy is the best match of the tournament. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. As much as I love Shelton B, Chad Gable's going to take it. He has a new look. He's doing really good, and him and Jack Gallagher had some crazy matches on 205 Live. Highly recommend those, but it's 205 Live. I understand if you don't want to watch it. And then we have Apollo Crews and Andrade. I also picked Andrade because sorry, Apollo Crews. Sorry.
It's hard. It's hard. It's really hard because Buddy Murphy, Apollo Crews, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander are all people who've barely seen any screen time over the past,
Yeah.
4 or 5 months. So I want them to go farther, but the people that they have them up against in round 1, it just doesn't.
The whole purpose of the King of the Ring should be to push new talent ahead, but ultimately it's going to be
we all know how the WWE books
push
their fights.
Baron Corbin straight to the top once more, but it is what it is. So now we're on to round 2, I guess.
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. All right, so we got the quarterfinals. You had Samoa Joe against Ricochet.
Yes, indeed.
And Cedric Alexander against Baron Corbin. All right. So what you got?
So this one is going to take a little more thought process, but I'm still going to say Samoa Joe comes out on top over Ricochet. So Samoa Joe comes out on top of that one, and Baron Corbin versus Cedric Alexander, still with it. The black hole of Baron Corbin, straight to the semifinals.
Fair. Exact same for me. Samoa Joe, moving on, beating Drew McIntyre once more just because of the momentum with the Roman Reigns program. Same reason why I pushed Buddy Murphy was because of the Roman Reigns program. So, I mean, but Samoa Joe, I feel like they're going to do something fun with him. And between Cedric Alexander and Baron Corbin, I also said Baron Corbin as much as it kills me to say that. It is what it is. SmackDown, quarterfinals. Kevin Owens versus Buddy Murphy and Chad Gable versus Andrade.
Correct.
Okay?
Can I change my Kevin Owens? Because I've actually been thinking about that. And I'm starting to think that because he won at SummerSlam, Shane might actually get involved.
Oh, and Elias is Shane McMahon's little enforcer thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
so
you can change it if you want to.
I'm going to put Elias in
We'll do a hot switch.
We'll do a hot switch. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Did a lot of build up for nothing.
More work for me later.
Yeah, really, though. Buddy Murphy, I think, takes the win over Elias, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it just to see my boy Buddy Murphy moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Chad Gable and Andrade.
That is a tough one.
That's going to be one heck of a match if that actually happens.
If that happened, that would be like top tier for me. I need to see that match. I love watching Andrade wrestle, and it's always great.
Yep.
Unfortunately for Chad Gable, I think Andrade takes that.
That's fair.
So I've got Buddy Murphy and Andrade.
Okay. For me, I feel like Kevin Owens is still going to keep the momentum going. I don't think Shane McMahon is going to interfere yet. I think he will at some point here, but I think he's going to hold off here. So Kevin Owens is going to beat Elias. He's going to move on. Unfortunately, beat Buddy Murphy and get to the semifinals of the tournament between Chad Gable and Andrade. I believe I wrote all this out.
Yeah. Check his notes.
I picked Andrade as well. So right now, we're pretty much at the same. Except for
we're at a standstill?
I got Kevin Owens and you got Buddy Murphy. Okay. So the semifinals of Raw. Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe?
Yep.
Same thing for me.
Yep.
Samoa Joe going right to the finals here against Andrade or Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
And I picked Kevin Owens.
Interesting.
And now we got the finals. From Raw, we both have Samoa Joe.
Yep.
From SmackDown, you have Buddy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
Do you want to hear my reasoning for
Kevin
that?
Owens. Yes. Yes, actually.
Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Buddy Murphy, Roman Reigns. Boom. Bring them together. Both of them were accused of being the person who attacked Roman Reigns backstage. So, the perfect closure to all of that. Well, actually, Drew McIntyre was in there too, but unfortunately, we'll forget about that. But the conclusion to all that, as far as I'm concerned, should be Buddy Murphy versus Samoa Joe, King of the Ring. Samoa Joe takes the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And me, Kevin Owens, against Samoa Joe. I also said that Samoa Joe was going to take the whole thing. The reasoning is after Kevin Owens beating Elias, beating Buddy Murphy, beating Andrade, finally Shane McMahon is going to see that Kevin Owens might possibly win King of the Ring, and he's going to jump in, interfere in the finals. Kevin Owens is going to lose to Samoa Joe, and then we're going to get King Joe.
King Joe?
King Joe.
And I think that would be perfect, because then that would also lead to the perfect build of Samoa Joe being like, oh, by the way, I did tip that over on you, Roman.
Oh my god, that would be disgusting.
I went a little bit fantasy booking on that one, but I think that's where it goes.
Yeah, so there you go. As a whole, our brackets were pretty similar, except for a few variations. So we'll just have to wait and see now. I will post the final images of both of these on the Twitter account here with, Astra's marked as Astra's and mine marked as me. Whoever gets the closest to what it actually is wins, and the loser loses. And I don't know. We'll decide what that is later on.
I think we're in the talks of doing this for more than just King of the Ring. So once we iron out all the kinks, we'll let you know.
But this was very impromptu. Either way, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed King of the Ring. We're going to have some absolutely stellar matches, but I have to ask you, what's your most anticipated potential matchup out of this whole tournament?
The whole thing?
Yep.
It's already determined, actually. I can't wait to see Ali and Buddy Murphy. You've hyped it up a lot, and I haven't seen any other matches, so...
Well, I hope it doesn't disappoint you, because that'd be really bad. But what you can do is go back and watch all 3 or 4 of their matches. I can't even remember how many they've had, but they've had a bunch of matches on 205 Live, and they're all absolutely stellar. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Plastic. This is Astra.
Make sure you like, hit that ring bell, and subscribe. The ringing bell.
He's the shill. I was just going to say goodbye.
You gotta do it, though. Seriously. Hit that like button.
Please.
Bye!
Yeah.